Hello, hello, hello. Hope y'all having a wonderful weekend. Hello. Yeah, so we're going to pick up where we left off, where I left off, on my Vacor tier list. Like I mentioned at the beginning, the website does cache everything. So as long as you don't clear your browser cache, it should remember what your ranking was from the last time you visited the website. I had someone reach out. They were actually, it's pretty cool, making their own. And they asked, hey, how do I save it? And so you don't have to do anything. The one caveat is if once your browser cache is cleared, it is kaboot. And I don't know how to stop that, unfortunately. There's probably some way to specify your browser to never clear this site's cache, but I've always been one to clear my cache, so I couldn't tell you how to save your cache. But yeah, we're going to pick up here. If you haven't seen my last stream, I have it saved. We got through, I didn't count them, a third, maybe. We might have to go through a bit quicker this time, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to take my own time. Got some solo guitar music going here. I would have loved to play some Steve Vai, but unfortunately, it would have gotten copyright striked. That's something I've kind of been debating over, because I've learned within reason I can play the copyright music during my streams, and you guys can hear it, but after in the recording, it's kaput. It's muted, or I have to remove the stream. So for now, we're just going to continue on with the royalty-free solo guitar music. Yeah, I should probably get into this. Otherwise, it's going to take me till 9:30 again. I don't expect it to take 8.5 hours, but we shall see. I have no clue. We skipped over all the cat's eyes. I'll call it out. If anyone, if you're watching this after the fact, it's probably too late. There's 22 hours left still. I'm running a contest here. I'll zoom up my camera for this vitro caged cat's eye. Two-tone. Pretty cool, like a salmon to blue. Yeah, check it out. It's on my Instagram. I'm running a contest. There's one guy, he's pretty eager. He definitely wants to win it, so you'd have to do some digging, but it's definitely still a chance. Oops. Didn't mean to move that. Definitely still a chance to win that cool marble. And every Friday, roughly. Today's Saturday and I put it up. But every week, do a cool giveaway. Just to share the love of marbles. I learned something new from them. You guys hopefully learned something new from them. That's basically the whole point, is to just learn something new, have some fun, and enjoy marbles. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some Vacors. A lot of Vacors. Start off pretty cool. Oh, I didn't get my Vacor site pulled up. I had someone else ask after the stream ended where to go to view the Vacors I was looking at, and it is Bile Intete. Can move it down there. Bile Intete. Oops. You guys are seeing. There we go. But it's linked in the description. That's what I should have said. But we just click on this list. And then up at the top here, this langue. I don't know. I've never taken a French class in my life, so it's probably pronounced wrong. But we're going to go langue. Anglais. English. English. I don't know how they pronounce their S's. But there we are. Now we have all the Vacors in English. We can scroll down to where we left off, which was unfortunately not too far. And it's at the Katydid. Bada boom. a pretty cool marble, but as you can see here, it does have an iridescent finish. And if you saw my last stream, typically not the biggest fan of iridescent finishes. Sometimes they can be nice. They add, we'll get to it, like a soap stone or soap bubble. Nice iridescence. This one, I don't know. I do think it fits with like a bug theme. A lot of bugs, especially like June bugs, green bugs, beetles. You're gonna get that iridescent kind of shine on them. So I do think it kind of fits. I don't know much about a katydid. Oh, I know a katydid. Okay. They're not very iridescent though, are they? I think this is gonna go. And it kind of fits. It's a D marble for me, I think. I do think it fits in nicely. I'll give it a low C, actually. I think it's a nice marble. Like, the more I think, like, it's a bit... the brown, I think, is a bit too pronounced, especially when we just looked at the katydid example. I'll keep it low D for now. Next up, ooh, fun ones. Oh, this is a nice one. This is an S tier marble for me. Sorry, trying to remember to take a step back. I guess I could also... That works too. I guess I can mute myself. Yeah. King Penguin, S tier marble for me. I am... a big fan of penguins and the king penguin, all the different penguins. I don't discriminate. These are my two buddies. I've had them since I was a little kid, and yes, I do still have stuffed animals that keep watch over the home. Put them back. But yeah, King Penguin's gonna get an S tier. Spoiler. Oh, okay. Let's see here. King Penguin, we'll put it back in S tier. Now, does it beat out a serpent? I don't know. It is a nice marble. Let's look. Opaque black base with opaque white swirls, lightly to heavily speckled with opaque yellow. Since then, the Penguin net, since 2017, the Penguin net contains Morgan-style marbles. That's a bummer. If I remember the Morgan style we looked at, similar to the hedgehogs, which were near the end of the stream, they're real ugly, iridescent hedgehogs. Not the hedgehogs, they're cute animals, but the marbles themselves. King Penguin, this is a nice one. I really do enjoy it. And the name, I mean, the headers. Ah, that's wonderful. Ah, that's wonderful. I'm gonna put it as top S tier for now. I am, and you know, funny enough, I don't have any King Penguins in my collection. I haven't bought marbles in, honestly, I bought a few marbles. I haven't gone out hunting for quite a while. But I'd love to find some King Penguins if I ever see them at a show. Not that anyone I think is gonna have King Penguins out on display, but if they have a header packaging, I'll definitely be grabbing them. Because I'd rather not have it with a Morgan-style marbles. Morgan's not that bad. Alright, gotten through 2 in... how long? 10 minutes? Roughly? Yeah. This average, we should be getting done around 9:30. Let's see, next up on our list. The Kraken. Transparent brown-red base with green, white, and red swirls. Wow. Green, white, and red swirls. That's a pretty nice marble. This is one that I could see someone getting confused with Champions or other West Virginia swirl makers. These are pretty cool swirl marbles. They're a bit darker. There's not a ton of color, like considering they have brown-red base with green, white and red swirls. So there's 3 swirls within a base, different base color that is transparent. Let's look at the header packagings. That's pretty cool. I like that one better. Cool marbles. I think these are A tier for me. We might have skipped over Jupiters. I need to go back. Kraken, A tier. Where do they fit in A tier? I think they're pretty cool. And the thing is, maybe they're B tier. Because what it is what I like about them is they don't look like Vacors. Not at first glance. And I like that. I'll keep them high B. Above the Bengal Tiger, I'd say even. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to go through my swirls. I bet you I have some of those hidden away and in my unidentified swirl groups. Can almost guarantee I do. Thought I pulled out all the Vacors, but I'm sure there's some left. Let's go back. I think I missed the Jupiters. I don't think we should have started at Caddy did. Oops. I didn't mean to click that. Did the Hedgehog, hers, Ice 2, Ice Queen, Iguana, Intrepid, Jellyfish, Jungle. Yep, we left off at the Jungle. So let's get to that Jupiter. Ooh, these are nice. Opaque metallic iridescent base speckled with white, orange, speckled with opaque red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and or white. So these are one of the marbles with an iridescent finish that I think it adds to. I like the opaque iridescence. Kind of like so that's what I found odd. When I did my research into the Pokemon marbles, which they have the iridescent power marbles, I had thought it was going to come up that they were Vacors, because you see those, we'll see the more uncolored, unspeckled, opaque iridescent marbles later in the list, and they're, I thought, spitting image of the power marbles included with the Pokemon marbles from 2000. But in my research, I found that an interview was done of Marble King, of the Marble King owner Barry Pink. Off top. This is rough. But it's on one of my ramblings. It's linked in there. There's an article where they interviewed Marble King, and Marble King, the employees or the owners, claimed that they did work with Toy Biz and I think it was Hasbro to produce those Pokemon marbles. And I was a bit shocked. I had thought they were going to be Vacors, but apparently they're Marble Kings. But these are cool. I like the little face that shows up there. It looks like faces kind of almost everywhere with the reflections. That's pretty neat. These are A tier marbles for me. I honestly want to put them in S tier. They're really fun. The Jupiter, there's no name for like the different colorways, so I just think there's so much. These are S tier for me. I'm going to put Jupiter up in S tier, the Jupiter 1s. And surprisingly, when we get to the Jupiter 2s, it's they're much different. Never mind. I was thinking of something different. Still cool marbles. Again, the acid wash frosting, I know a lot of people aren't fans. Some people are. Some people, like we found out last week, shout out Kirk. He tuned in last week, and he hunts sea glass. So I could see why someone who hunts sea glass or collects sea glass or enjoys looking at sea glass would like these frosted marbles. And these are ones that I think really works. It's a nice caramel. It's definitely a B tier. I think that might be our first A tier. Oh, it's not. We have one other frosted in A tier. Okay. I don't think it's quite as good as the Frost Blast. I do think they're nicer than the Fire Blaze, but not as fun as the Blue Tang. I think I'd put it in right there. Jupiter 2. Alright, now we're going to have to click through and catch back up to where we were. We did the Katydid, we did the King Penguin, we did the Kraken. On to the Ladybug. Ooh, if that's not a striking marble. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just red and black. It's not exceptionally creative. But look at those. You want a Peltier National Line Rainbow Wasp, or I don't know, 200 Vacor Ladybugs. I know a lot of people are going to say the Peltier, but I mean, honestly, that's, if you're after the colors, if you're after the boldness, these are pretty nice consolation prize for a fraction of the price. I mean, you could get them in the header packagings for still a fraction of the price. Yeah, you want some color, man. Look at Vacors. They're not, that's an A tier. It is. It's simple. I know it is. It's clean. I like it. It's going to be high A tier for me. Now, I will say not all ladybugs, I'm sure, are going to be this nice. If we look at the header packaging, some of them are a bit more bland. But again, like last week I mentioned, I want to go off of the nicest specimens, or the nicer examples, or what we... So, it's an A tier marble for me. I like contrast, I like boldness, I like striking. It's wonderful. So let's go to the next one. It's going to be a leopard. Ooh, it's nice. Not the biggest fan of the iridescent finish, but I guess I keep looking up here. I'm supposed to look over here now. Got a different camera set up today. Opaque orange base, lightly to heavily speckled with opaque black. And just like that Jupiter, it's just like that powdered sugar speckling, not like the real rough frit that we have seen on like a Brontosaurus or the such. These are nice marbles. I have to say, I think they would have been a lot better had they not been iridized. And if anyone's curious how they iridize them, I don't know 100%, but if you check out Stephen Barr's YouTube channel, which you absolutely should, if you're watching me right now, you should be subscribed to Stephen Barr. But he did a video with Jack Hahn, and Jack Hahn used to work or volunteer out at Champion Glass. And Champion, in their latter years, they started to iridize some of their marbles. And the way Jack described it was done is it was some sort of chemical that was just sprayed along the marbles right after they came out of the cut, and then they were rolling and forming into the perfect spheres. That's when they would spray them, and then it would just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Vacor did it the exact same way, but if you were ever curious how they got the iridescent finish, that is my understanding. Yeah, pretty cool. Gotta say, they would have been way better, in my opinion, had they not been iridized. They're still nice. I will say they're still nice. But they're like... they're not. I gotta say, the iridescent ruins, I'm throwing them in D tier for me. I hate it, because I just look at them and I just want to know what they look like non-iridized. Those are some pretty nice examples. But yeah, I think it's going to be D tier for me. I want to say average, but it's knocked below average. It would have been above average, and then that's tough. That's tough. It's a toughie. It's a toughie. I also kind of want to get some more. The solo guitar's been fun. But let's get something a bit more upbeat. Well, we listened to jazz last time. Ooh, how about some acid jazz? Yes, sir. Okay, let's see. I don't know what they call that. I'm not a musician, but I love that, the little of the flute. Oh yeah, I'm drinking my Summit Cola. Don't drink soda, y'all. It's terrible for you. I really wish I could stop. Didn't even think about it, and then I'll drink some water. How about that? We're leaving it out. And I'm forgetting to... Beautiful marbles here. Let's get back to the mission at hand. Beautiful marbles, especially that shooter. You know where it's going. You know where all of these clear, transparent, wild 2 to 3 color swirls end up on my list. Wonderful marbles. Wonderful marbles. I mean, cool better packaging, but pretty bland. Could have done a lot more. It's an S tier. Oh. Not quite as good as a Fiesta, though. I do like the Fiestas more, the primaries. Give me that yellow. Give me that more color. Oops. Accidentally opened up my VPN. Don't need that right now. I do need to, when we get to it, I'll show you guys. One of these Vacors was highlighted in the recent Christopher Nolan Oppenheimer movie. I'm going to need to use my VPN to rip that so I can get a screenshot of it for you guys. Currently only HD cams are available, and I want like that full res. I want that full res pirate. Shh. I don't watch them. Is it only to show you guys? I mean, I did see it in theaters. Lion. Wonderful marble. Now, my question, I do want to go look. So what difference is this from a Halloween? Transparent base. It says it's a burly wood transparent base. What's the Halloween? Just clear? Opaque white, orange, and black ribbons swirled in a crystal clear base. Huh. Well, they're definitely not as nice as the Halloweens. And if I'm the teacher, and someone submitted the Halloweens as their assignment, and then the next assignment I get handed by a different student is the lion, that's sorry kid, you got a tough act to follow. It's going to C. It's an average marble. You'd get a passing grade. Hey, I'm your teacher, you get a passing grade. Hey, Ellen Crane, howdy, thank you for stopping by. And Adam I, hey, good to see you both again. Very similar Halloween, but Halloween is best. 100% agree. Yeah, that's how I think I see it, is the Halloween's going to be your S tier, your A+, and then your lion. Hey, you got a passing grade, but we've seen what can be done. Is this vomit? I think that might be a better word for this one. I'm not a fan of this. This is an F tier marble. Dark brown swirled on a beige base and then iridescent. I'm sorry, llama. You got mistreated. Because the llama is a cool animal, but you're going below the hedgehog. What's up with these cool, nice, cute animals getting terrible marbles? Cool marbles as always. Hey, thank you. Yeah, always. I mean, what? We had a debate over not last week, would have been just Thursday, over clear marbles. And clear marbles are still cool marbles right here. I put ice as an average marble for me. Average all day. Lorikeets, these are cool ones. Oops. The llama, we can close that and skip to the lorikeet. See, these were ones that I was not familiar with until I started to make this list, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd kind of seen them, and then it just kind of left my mind, and then when I was making this list again, I saw them and I was like, oh, those are some beautiful marbles, especially that big shooter. Again, I'm sure not every lorikeet marble is going to be as striking, as colorful, as swirly, as beautiful, as pretty, as cool, as whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, when you have a white base with blue, red, green, and yellow pastel swirls, this is just like, these are the perfect marbles for like an Easter hunt. I might have to do something like that next year when Easter rolls around. S tier, SSS, high S tier for me. That one hurt a bit to do. Oh yeah, we're just gonna leave it there. We're just gonna leave it there. Over the serpents. I hate to say it, but I do think that is the lorikeets are coming around on me. All right, let's see what's next. Olympical. So this is another one mentioned last Thursday. This is a mixed bag, so it has a mix of tarantula and black pearlies. Since it's a mixed bag, I'm just gonna skip over it. Hilarious though. Genuinely wonderful marketing idea from Vacor or Mega or House of Marbles or whoever was behind assembling a little group mix, calling it Olympical. Perfect. This, I surprised my parents didn't find this for me when I was a child to stick it in my my stocking. They would have loved to play a prank on. I remember, story time, I remember when I was 6 or 7 years old, Christmas coming up, my parents, getting ready, putting the presents under the tree as Christmas coming near, and there's this one massive present, like bigger than I could lift, bigger than me, and it had my name on it, and oh, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was just like, this is the biggest, coolest present ever. And Christmas Eve comes, and parents are like, okay, you guys can open up one gift early, and then we'll do the normal Christmas gift opening later. And I ran for that box, and I just start ripping it. I don't care. Firewood. That's what my parents had wrapped up for me, was firewood. And then they were like, oh, thank you, Cole. We needed this wood to get the fireplace going tonight. Yeah. I got over it and learned to laugh about it. And then many years later, same prank got pulled on me. It was a quesadilla maker. It's a bit cooler, but Olympical. I definitely deserved Olympical some years and didn't get it. So we'll skip over that one. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. Or I did, but I shouldn't have. Madame Anisha. This is a cool one. One I was not familiar with. Don't know how they selected that name. I've never heard of a Madame Anisha. Probably shouldn't Google that search on stream. I'll Google search it off stream. Oh. It just returns a lot of, marbles. Cool. Alright. Nice marbles. I think they're very pretty. I don't think they're quite S tier, but I do think they're B tier at least. I do think they could be A tier. I like the destroyers more. So I'll stick them right there. I'll put them at the end of A tier. I need to move Swamp Thing down. It's not deserving, but it's a cool name. Cool header packaging. This is tough. Can't decide. I'll just leave it there for now. Madame Anisha. Mango Twist. This is a cool one. Another transparent, clear-based marble, but with not the wild swirling that we all love. Are they all just... Yeah, Mango Twist. I would have loved to be a part of that that marketing meeting. Mango Twist. That's funny. Not great marbles in my opinion. Below average. I don't like the iridescence. The swirls are pretty boring. I should say boring. They're just not as wild as the other ones. Mango Twist is a D tier marble for me. Yeah, I'm just going to put it at the end of D for now. I think it could be an F, but leave it for now. Love this marble. Again, you know, I was just saying it. Red and black. It's classic. It's timeless. It's wonderful. It's, you don't need anything more. S tier marble. I think we're doing a lot of A's and S's today, and I think this could get pretty hairy. Where to put it in S tier? Nah, in A tier. I'll put it right above the Ladybug, actually. I'll do that. I think that's pretty fair. I do like the Mars more than the Ladybug. Incredibly unique. I don't know if you could find another machine-made marble manufacturer that created anything quite like that. Maybe some Jabbo runs, like some really niche Jabbo runs. But yeah, that's cool. Mars. 8 tier marble for me. Mayan. Unfortunately, not the Guacamaya. The Mayan's pretty cool. It's just like the forest, but with red instead of orange, right? Is the forest orange or yellow? Or jungle. I'm thinking jungle. Average marbles. Slightly below average, in my opinion. It could have been cool. I would have loved to see the clear base with red, white, and green swirls and like that real wild swirl action. As they stand, it's an average from me, dog. We're at an average. I like them more than the lions. I'm gonna move lion to the end. That's what we're doing. Alright, next up in the block, a Medusa jellyfish. Was this a, okay, yeah, so it's an individual marble. Iridescent crystal clear with swirl, iridescent crystal clear glass swirled in and on the marble with opaque pink. I don't quite understand what's going on here. Okay, so it's crystal clear. So that, but the problem is that has like pink. I mean, they're pretty. That example looks amazing. I mean, look at those. That's A tier. I have a hard time believing that's that, but if that's, I mean, that's up there with cotton candy. Wow. See, like, those aren't that nice. I think these are, yeah, it's a B tier. I do think the iridescent does kind of work on this one. I will throw it above camouflage. For a second I thought, what is camouflage doing in B tier? But then I remembered there's the few camouflage, the older camouflage that look nicer. Megabot. Pretty cool header packaging. I mean, not super cool, but very unique. Like the only, you know, like industrial technological design that I've seen. But unfortunately it has a kind of ugly iridescent finish. I don't think it works on these. I typically don't like the iridescent on a white opaque base unless it's like colors that are in the iridescence. Like we just looked at, the pink with an angel. So I think these again below average, unfortunately. Stick them down here with the jellyfish. I do like them. I think probably less than jellyfish. I don't like them. I don't like them. They're not bad, but I mean, they are kind of bad. Nice marble. I have a couple of these. I enjoy them. Apple green base with light blue light swirls, and then you'll see that you could sometimes get some of this burning, this burnt, almost brown mixed in. I think it's really cool. A tier marbles, in my opinion. A or B, not S tier. They're nice, but they're not S tier. I think I do like these up here, right here above the dragons. I think I enjoy those more than the dragons. But then I remembered that older dragons, the old dragons are nice. Like the first run, I think a lot of you typically see it most with Michelangelo, first run Michelangelos. But yeah, nice. The new old stock, which we have Michelangelo's coming up soon. Meteor, here's Roseanne. So this is what I had thought the Pokemon Power Marbles had been printed on. Was just these similar steely torpedo, but the surface is tinted with colors primarily blue, green, and purple. So it's just a real nice iridescent, pearlescent, almost finish. I love them. I really enjoy these. It's not an S tier in my opinion, but it is an A tier. I like them a lot, honestly. Where do they fall? In A tier. Where do they fall? I'd say right about there. Between a Fireblaze and a Jungle. I'd say above Fireblaze. I'd say above a Jupiter 2. Say below a Blue Tang. I love the contrast in a Blue Tang. Good stuff. So, Meteor, out of the way. Mexico. Cool marbles. I mean, it's very fitting for Vacor. You don't know, Vacor de Mexico. Vacor of Mexico. The trouble is they're not incredibly striking marbles. What did I do with the last ones? Bozo and Swamp Thing both made it into B tier because of cool header tags. Although I don't think like the header tag, it's nice, it's cool, it fits, it's well designed. Although I don't think it is exceedingly cool in the header package. I think like just what these marbles are related to Vacor earns it that spot in B tier. Just slightly above average. Cool marbles. I didn't know that they were called Mexico's before creating this list, so learned something new. The good stuff. I think a lot of people would say that these are some of their favorite Vacors, if not their favorite. Especially, I mean, some of them just, they call them the first runs. The older Michelangelos are just incredible. And then some of the colors, like, who would have guessed that was coming out of Vacor? Wonderful marbles. Wonderful marbles. Ooh, wonderful marbles. And this is what I'm going to rate them off of. If you're a collector, though, and you're looking around, you're going to know most of the marbles are going to look like these. They're going to look like, just a bit less action. But a Michelangelo is an S tier marble. I mean, I'll put it right below the King's Penguin. I just love the Kings. I don't want to pick it off top. Incredible examples that they show on this website. It's just wonderful. Yeah, one of Vacor's most eye-appealing marbles ever. Transparent, clear base swirled with opaque black glue. To be validated was named Millennium. To be validated was named Millennium in some early packaging. Ah. What is it? The Birth of Man? I don't remember. It's Adam and God. I remember the painting. I don't remember the name of the painting. Is it The Birth of Man? Creation of Adam. Do I get like a quarter point? Okay. Michelangelo, wonderful marble. Wonderful, wonderful marble. Milky Way, these are cool. I really enjoy these. I think it's a nice creative idea. I don't like them as much as the unswirl, like the meteors. I prefer it without the white swirl. Michelangelos are so cool. I 100% agree. They're killers. For these, they're gonna go lower down, unfortunately. If a meteor is up here, I'm gonna put these in B tier, and we'll put them above like the honorable B tiers, like the honorable mention B tiers. Above the camouflage. I think it fits right there. You love Milky Ways. They're nice marbles. I bet you too, some of them are going to be better than others. I bet you, man, some of those photos are really small. Those are nice. Those almost have to seem to get like a little color action into the swirls. I find this cool too. A few of these Vacors got blister packaging. Would you call this? With this, I don't think it qualifies as blister packaging, but something like a box set. I find it neat. Yeah, Milky Ways are going to go into my B tier. Adam, would they make it into your S tier? Do you like them that much, or would they just, fall just under in the A, or maybe B? How'd your trip to Moon Marble? It went really well. It was a bit short. I didn't stay super long, but spoilers. Without spoiling too much, I'm going back Monday morning to work on a really cool project. I went, talked with Bruce. I got a book actually. It's the only one there, so good luck finding your own copy. I don't know of any others. But the gift is in the giving, a lesson from Mom. And he said it was a local author. It's just like a little children's book. When I was a little kid, I read all sorts of like manners books and stuff like that, so I love it. But yeah, I'm going back Monday morning to work on and I'll let you. So, never seen anything like that. Go back. So, it won't be like this, but what I'm working on is I'm going to make my own box set. I get to design Bruce's. I'm so excited about this. He gave me a print off as a template, and so I'm coming up with ideas, and then tomorrow I'm going to put them down on paper, and I'm going to print it out, and then I'm going to make my own box set, and then fill it with Vacors. And then next Friday on Instagram, I'm going to make 2 sets, and then I'm going to give away 1 set. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, check it out. I'm really eager. I think the box sets are so cool, and it'll look like the old like Acro box sets type stuff, not like the clear plastic. But yeah, really neat. I find them. You always see them in nets nowadays, never in boxes. On the next one, Monarch Butterfly. I also got. If anyone wants show-off trays, they're back down in stock at Moon Marble Co. I almost bought them out last time. I left a few for other people, went back down. They fully restocked. So if you want show-off trays that look like this to hold all your marbles, sounds pretty cool. Down at Moon Marble Co. Monarch Butterfly. I see these a lot. I have like a gaggle of them. I'm not a fan. Again, the iridescence on them loses me. They are D tier marbles for me, which is a bummer because I like Monarch Butterflies. I don't think they're at the bottom of D tier, but they're close. Yeah, I think they're right there. Bum, bum, bum. Monet. What's the old Jim Gaffigan joke? You like Monet? Oh, I love Monet. When I was in Paris, I spent a ton of money. Cool marbles. The problem is that they just look like, it just looks like that's gonna glow fluorescent. I don't know of any Vacors that glow fluorescent, although that would have been really cool. I love water lilies. Monet's water lily series. I love watercolors. I think Monet is great. I love, what is it? Abstract Impressionism. But the marbles themselves are just average. I mean, they're not great. And that's a bummer. I really think they're going to be below average. Filling out this D tier pretty hefty. They're not terrible. They're better than Cacataos. And I like them more than the Intrepid Girl. Yep, that's where I'll put them. Fit them in right there. Morgan. So here it was. So the hedgehog that we looked at, that everyone last week was kind of in agreement. The hedgehog it's a cute and cool animal, but the hedgehog marbles themselves are pretty lackluster. And this is also what they're saying. If you find a king penguin bag that was released prior or past 2017, it's going to have Morgans in them instead of those speckled king penguins that reside at the very top. So they're cool. They're nice. I do like them. I just wish that the black, I mean, again, with a lot of Vacors, I wish the black was more black and not just a brown. But they're nice marbles. I do like them. I don't think they're enough to pull an A, but I do think they're above average B tier for me personally. Above the bald eagle even, but below the enchanted forest. Just cozied in right there. The mummy, transparent purple swirled with opaque orange. So now this, I think a lot of people are shocked. This is a cool marble for me. I really enjoy marbles that have a transparent base that look opaque. I mentioned it last week. I don't know if I have one. Yeah. Mentioned last week, I love backlighting marbles. It's one of my favorite things when I'm just sitting here looking, playing, sorting, identifying. And so when I pick up a marble that looks to be opaque, and then I throw it on my little light, throw it on my little pen light, and it lights up. Oh, that's just lights up my smile. So although these are not going to be S tier, because there's not, in my opinion, enough going on to grab an S tier, these are above average marbles. And oh my gosh, look at that. Some of those in the picture, if only they looked like that. Are there any nice? Oh, look at that. I mean, it's almost, if that was white, I bet that could fool a lot of people into thinking it were some slags. B tier. I think I'm gonna put them in B tier. I do really enjoy them. They'll go above the honorable B tiers. I'll just keep doing that. I should have made another one. Oh well. On to the next one. Mysterious Girl. So this one's interesting. It's almost like that Milky Way. Translucent light purple with white swirls throughout and iridized coating. Now the problem is I see yellow swirls, but I wonder if the yellow, well, no, those are yellow swirls. I don't know what they're, those are all yellow swirls. They're pretty cool. I don't like it as much as the white swirl. For that reason, Mysterious Girl, are you an average marble? No. You're below average marble, unfortunately. Where to put you, though? Oh, it gets so tough trying to order them within. I'm just going to put you at the end of D. You almost might fall into F. You're not falling into F. You're close. You're close. But we'll keep it at F for now. Next on our list, Neptune. Oh, that's a cool, nice marble. Especially that big shooter. That's got some nice action going on. I mean, pretty simple. Transparent blue base with opaque white swirls. They're pretty nice. I know I have a few of these too. I'll throw them above average. I was gonna put them in. You know what? I'm gonna throw them right there. They're leading the average marbles. No, I'm putting them above average. They are right up there with the Enchanted Forest, but I like the Enchanted Forests more. Yeah, there's just all planets on the header packagings. Oh, there we go. Neptune, god of the sea. That's cool. See, that's part of the fun with Vacor is you can get into just collecting the packagings along with them. Octopus, I like these. I have some of these in my collection. I enjoy them, especially when backlit. Like I said, it's an amethyst purple base, but it's like pink once you put some light behind it. I mean, oh, wonderful marbles. I really do enjoy these. Not quite S tier, but they are going to be high A for me. Right up there with the cotton candy banana swirls. Cool, cool. On to the next one. Octopus DC, translucent light purple with white swirls throughout an iridized coating. Wow, so it's a Milky Way on a translucent light purple base, which means I wonder if it backlights. It should backlight. So it's a Milky Way that backlights. That's cool. I'm putting that. Where did I put the Milky Way? It was Octopus 2, right? Octopus. Why do they call it DC? I just put 2. Okay. It might be discontinued. I'll put those above the Milky Way. Because again, you get the backlighting, so it's like a Milky Way with an added feature. For me, personally, I'm not going to right now, but it makes me want to go through my Vacor bin and backlight all my Milky Ways, and see if there's any sort of glow to them. That's cool. Odin, nice marble, very nice marble. Not much to say. Primary colors, I love them. Rich, deep red, I love it. The blues and yellows leave a little bit to be desired. They could be a bit thicker, but they're nice marbles. I would call these I'm between A and B. I think I'm just going to go B. I think with the same colors, without adding much more, I think they could have been A. But the swirls are just a bit too faint, a bit too weak, a bit too straight, a bit too short, a bit too eh. So I think for that reason, Odin's going to fall into B, but it's going to be a pretty high B for me. I think over the Bengal Tiger even. So I think that's a good spot. What do we got up next? The Oily. Did I have them on here? I did. I mean, it's a Cleary that's iridized. I'm going to leave it off the list. You know what I'm going to do is move. all of, oops, I'm gonna move all of these cat's eyes and clearies that I'm not putting on down to the bottom. Cool. That leaves us like a decent bit to get through still, but not a crazy amount. We'll definitely do it. I'm actually going to grab a quick snack. I got some grapes sitting for me in the fridge, so I'm going to grab those. It's been, about an hour. Perfect. That's about what time I want to time it. So I'm going to grab some snacks. If you guys grab some snacks, I will be right back, and we'll continue on. Cool. I'm gonna tell you, some of these grapes are near perfectly spherical. Some nice grapes. Okay. Let's get back into this list here. Yeah, we're gonna skip over the oilies. Old fashions. Hate to say it. I'm not gonna say F tier because I do think they're pulled off well. I mean, they're below average swirls. I don't think they're failures. But I mean, let's be honest. If you're collecting swirls, do you really want Vacor old fashions? I don't. Okay. Yep, we'll continue on. The opals. I'm just gonna move these to the bottom. They're game marbles. Average. They'd be average for me. It's just game marbles. Orangutan. Now this is a cool one. Transparent orange base with opaque orange swirls, so it's orange on orange. For you fans of orange, there's some orange here, and you can get some orange within your orange. Yo, dog, I heard you liked orange. Perfect name, orangutan. I think these are great marbles. I think they're really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Above average. Are they A tier? I don't think so. Not for me. But they are B tier. Pretty high B tier, I think, actually, too. Yeah, above the Kraken, but below the Hippo. Falls the orangutan. I just got an idea how fun it'd be cool yeah, never mind. I'm getting in my own head. There's a battle simulator where it's a game where you can load up like 2 different animals or 2 different enemies, and then have them fight, and then you can like simulate different environments and whatnot. It'd be pretty funny to pick out different Vacors. But yeah, we're leaving the Brontosaurus too. If you guys are wondering why I'm pulling away from this. I'm just going to move it up, actually, because I didn't know where I wanted to put it in S tier. And I actually think it's going to fall pretty far down. Still S tier. But it fell quite a ways further. Because what I had it down there as I was contending of popping it over the serpent, but we did that earlier with the king penguin, so yeah, onto an orca. Yeah, opaque black with 2 white patches. Black often bleeds into gray. I mean, oh, that's really small. I mean, they're not bad marbles. Because, I mean, what I'm thinking is I like the Peltier skunks, like the non-national line, the just regular black with white stripe rainbows. It reminds me a lot of these. I enjoy the black with white marble kings. I'm going to just throw these straight average. I do. I think they're just run-of-the-mill, end of average. I think they're probably just going to stay at the end of average. At least for the time being. Panda. Wait, did we skip over an owl? Oh, you know what it's going to be. The owl would have been under a different name. We'll get to it. It'll come up. So this is basically the reverse of the orca, but then iridized. Not a fan. So panda is going to go... Sorry, dude. What's up with these? What? I'm really not purposefully putting the cute, fun animals at the end. Although I imagine pandas aren't always cute. I mean, they are bears after all. I imagine they could probably rip a human. Yeah, they're still cute. There's red pandas in here too. So here's Panda 2. So this is the orca, but then sandblasted. I think it does work. Does it get it like a passing grade? I don't know. I think it just keeps it out of F. I'm going to put it right next to it. I think it's okay. I think it's a very average marble. Again, I think the frosted acid wash finish does look nice on some. And with just the black and white, I think it works. Excuse me. The parrot. It's a cool one. How could you not like it? So bright. So we got an opaque yellow base with red, white, and blue swirls. Oh, there is white in there. Just barely. It reminds me of the chameleon. The blues and reds are just slightly different. The yellow's a tad less green. And then it's got the white. It's cool marble. I don't think it's S tier, but I do think it's A tier. Although those are some really nice ones. Ooh. See, now here's where you come into the dilemma where probably some of the newer parrots are probably a bit weaker. They're okay. But then these older parrots, these look nice. These look nice. These look like something that came out of Jabbo. If you showed me this picture and told me they were Jabbos, I'd believe you. Or Jabo, however you pronounce it. I'm going to put them at the end of S tier. Well, near the end. Yeah, I think the end of S tier is good. Man, we're having to scroll. Maybe that'll work. But then you guys probably have tough reading it. We'll just leave it like that. Yeah, on to the next one. the Patriot. So this was like what we've seen with the Liberty or the Megabot, where you have red, white, and blue, but it's just patches with one blue patch, one red patch. Pretty boring. I think this is a below average. I don't think it's quite a fail. But yeah. Rather have, like, we'll get to here, the USA, which is the swirling version, is at least a bit better. This peacock, this is one I've looked at, and when I was making the list, I looked at it, and I was like, man, like, it makes sense, the iridescence, because if you've ever held a peacock's feather, it has natural iridescence. But I just don't like these marbles. I have some, not in bags, but some that I found out in the wild, and I'm just not a fan, unfortunately. I don't think it's quite a failure, because there's still at least some interesting color, but it's pretty close. It barely dug its way out. Yeah, that's a tough one. Next up, the pearly. So these are the opals, but then iridized. We'll just move those, because if the opals were C marbles for me, the pearlies, unfortunately, would be F. The Picasso, another one. Vacor loved to name their marbles after prominent artists from the Renaissance, prominent Renaissance artists. And I guess not all. Monet's definitely not a Renaissance artist. But these are cool marbles. It's the primary colors on white. It's not an S tier marble for me, as much as I like it, as much as I love Picasso, as much as I think the primary colors and the large amount of negative space via white, I think it fits Picasso, but not quite an S tier for me. It's going to be a high A, or a middle of the run A at least. Yeah, I'd say above the Jupiter 2s. I'd say I even like them more. Yeah, I'd say they fall in right there for me. Yeah, I think that'll do. And on to the next one. The Pirate. So this is the frosted finish of... Did we look at what it was the frosted finish of? Huh. Guess not. Maybe there isn't. I think it might be the Scorpion. We'll get to it. I think these are neat marbles. I don't think they're exceptional. I think average. That's where I'm putting these. Because I do enjoy them. I have a few in my Vacor bin. I think they're going to go right above Orca. I think that's a good spot for them. And... yeah. Poison Dart Frog. Opaque black base with yellow swirls at the surface. I mean, again, it's just like the Ladybug, but with yellow instead of black. Again, high contrast, but not... Oops, I didn't mean to go next. I wanted to go to the next photo. Not seemingly as high contrast as the Ladybug, because the yellow, although parts here, the yellow does seem to get a pretty vibrant. It's pretty muddled out in most of it. That's a cool one. See, now those ones look pretty vibrant. I do think it's a nice marble. I don't think it was exceptional. For that reason, it's going to fall into B. Again, above the Bengal Tiger. Alright. And next on the list, the Polar Bear. See, this is one that it could have been really cool had it not been iridized. It's a shame. But yeah, crystal clear with strands of black. I think it's also strands of white. It doesn't list it there, but you can see it. Gosh dang it. I had my window open earlier and a fly got in. But yeah, they're below average. I don't like the iridescence, unfortunately. That's a bummer. They're going in the D tier for me. I don't know how to say it. I don't know. It's weird. I know I usually like these clear, but no, I don't know how to explain it. It's going into D. It's going into low D. Right down here with the Mango Twist and Mysterious Girl. The other iridescence. Man, it's crazy. You couldn't really see. Yeah, my trends. Okay. Next on the list, the police officer. So we have a firefighter, we have a police officer, no EMT. I think that's ridiculous. Let's see here. Yeah, so the police officer. And I think it's more blue and green along with the black and white is, along with the gray, is more of a UK or European police color scheme. It's where I think this fits from. I'm not the biggest fan. I think if they had not been iridized, I think they could have been a lot cooler. But I do think they're actually not bad. I think they're average marbles. I think I could, if I sat here and contended with it, maybe convince myself that they deserve B tier, where I was just about to put them. But I think they are average marbles, the alien. And you know, I'm going to move alien down into D. I keep seeing it. I'm going to move it. I'm actually going to do that. Cool. Alright, on to the next one. With Porcupine. Opaque black with white frit. It's wonderful. Not wonderful, but it's good. It's nice contrast. I'm not the biggest fan of the rough frit ones, but it is a nice marble. Where'd my Porcupine go? Oh no! That's a bummer. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, jot it down here on my notes. Unfortunately, I did not get the Porcupine into the tier list, it seems. So we'll just have to skip over it. It would be into A or B. It'd be either low A or high B for me. And I think that... Okay, so we do have the Princess here. It's a nice marble. I don't think it's great. I could see why people really enjoy them. I do think the iridescence works a bit with this. Low B marble for me. Low B. We'll go above. But it's not near as good as a mummy. You know what? I'm going to throw it right above the Brontosaurus. I think that fits. A similar fritted Brontosaurus. And the Pterodactyl. This is a cool marble. I really enjoy this one. Especially in the shooter, you get that, the transparent, you get, so obviously not the same colors, but you're getting that flow that you see in the nice Michelangelo shooters. I enjoy these. Pterodactyls. Are they S tier? I think they might be S tier for me. I love how I keep filling out S tier like as if my S is basically my A. Where are we gonna put these? I'd say I think I'd fit them in. I think I'm gonna do that. Move the Frosted Hurricanes up, throw them above the Chameleons, because I just really like that shooter. That's nice. Rainbow. We're just gonna skip over this. This, you know what? We won't skip over it. We'll just put it where it deserves. F at the end. And we're moving stuff. The Genie should be at the end. The Frosted Rainbow should be at the end. The Comet. And you know what? I'm going to move Glitter up to D. Because it's not quite a failure. They are unique, at least, to Vacor. Alright. Next up. The Raven. Opaque black base swirled with opaque yellow and white. It's pretty nice colorway. Nice contrast. Some real boldness. It's cool. I think this is above average. Where is it going to fall above average? I think this is B all day. BB. BB. Right up next to the poison dart frog. And I'm even going to say right above the poison dart frog. And above Odin, but below the Kraken. Yeah. I think that fits well. Red Baron, opaque white, base swirled with opaque red. This is identical to a red old-fashioned. Okay, well, that makes it easy for me. I'll just slap you right there, next to the old-fashioned. Opaque red base with 2 red-yellow patches. I do like it. Just leaves a lot to be desired. It's nice colors. The colors are nice. The pattern is pretty boring. But I will say, I'm going to say average. I'm just going to put them right into C. Oh, and I got to sneeze. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see here. Next up. Red Devil. Red Panda. So I told you guys, the panda is at the end, but the red panda is slightly nicer. It's Aurora the Unicorn was the swirl. Yeah, it's unswirled Aurora the Unicorn. It's not that much better, actually. It's worse. I'm gonna throw it in the fail. Right down here with the panda. That's a bummer. I even put it above panda, actually. And this one was an interesting one. Rehilet. One photo. Well, 2 photos. There's this photo. And then here. And it looked like we'll get to the USA later. This I thought was just basically a USA, but they seem to be different because this has thicker swirls, and I think they do look nicer. I think these are nice marbles. I'm going to put them up in B tier. I don't know what Rihilete translates to, and I probably pronounced that completely wrong. Where do I want to put them, though? I think they're actually deserving of C. Right there. So not extremely special, but they are nicer than the USA's. When we get down here to the USA, wherever it went to, I think these Rihiletes are a bit nicer. So, next, Rooster. See these a lot. A lot. They're nice marbles. I enjoy them. That one has a nice cool air bubble in the middle. It's above average. I like the transparency, y'all. It's going to fit in right after the Enchanted Forest. We'll go on to the next. Mute. So this is a rainbow. It looks like a mixture. It was like that Milky Way, and then what was it, Mysterious Girl. It's like a mixture between them both. I think it's better than the Mysterious Girl. Not as good as a Milky Way. I do like the header packaging on that. Just nice colors. I think it's still a below average marble though, unfortunately. We're going to put it just above Mysterious Girl. Roomba. Is Roomba the name of the maracas? Where do I put these? I don't want to put failure because I do find them neat. This is a tough one for me. I really don't know how I feel about them. Like, I enjoy the clay marbles, but you know what? I think I'm gonna put them B above average. I do like the almost homage, and one thing I do know, I know very little about Vacor, but one thing that I know that I don't know is that Vacor has a very early history that not many people know about. If I remember correctly, they started producing marbles like as early as most anyone in the United States, around like the 1920s. They were producing marbles, clay marbles, down in I don't know if they were in Guadalajara or somewhere else. I don't recall. Might have been Vacor. Maybe the town was Vacor. But they've been making marbles for 100 years, but it wasn't until I think it's 1970s that anything started to get archived. So Vacor history for 50 years is pretty much non-existent. No one knows. And I know they would have made clay marbles back then. So I find it cool. It's almost like a full circle. I think I am going to throw these above average. They're just unique. You don't see them much nowadays. That's interesting. They called it a mummy. Special edition, 1930 to 2003. See, that's what I'm saying. They've been around a long time. So Rustic's going to make it B tier. I'm putting it A tier. I'm putting it A tier. I'm just going to put it at the end of A tier. Because I don't think they deserve S tier, but I do think they deserve recognition because they're cool marbles that stand out from the rest, even if they're not glass. Saber-tooth tiger, white opaque base with 180 degree orange patches. See, now that's interesting. I would have guessed this is an orange base with white ribbons, but it describes it as the opposite. They're nice. I think I'm going to put these as average. The orange is nice. The white, the milky white is nice. The pattern's not exceptional or anything, but they're nice. I think they would fall just below Red Devil for me. But the Cardinal's still nicer. I like the Cardinal more than X. I think this is getting more fitting. Samurai. Very clay marble. Rustic is nice. Yeah. They're literally clay. They are literally clay. Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. What's that Ron Burgundy say at the I don't remember. I'm not the best at quoting. Opaque black base with swirls of turquoise blue on the surface. Samurai. So that's pretty cool. It's not white swirls. Oh, now that photo is nice. Wow. I love that blue. That's a lot better than what you see in these. I guess once you look at, they are a bit more blue. Wow. I didn't know of the samurais, and I must have just not paid attention when I was making the tier list. They're not S tier, but they're nice. They're A tier marbles for me. If they had transparent, if you could backlight that and start seeing some actual action within the inner matrix, that'd be S tier for me all day. But for now, We're going to put them high A. Above the Picasso, even. I'm actually going to move the Dino below the Duke. I'm going to move Dino actually down to B tier. It's a nice marble, but it's not exceptionally nice. So we have a Santa mix of Rooster with red Pearly. So again, mixed group. I added it here, and I shouldn't have. My fault. Move on to the next one. Scarecrow. So this was literally only one photo, and this description: opaque white with black, brown, and orange patches. It reminds me of like, you know, the Chinese made in China imports. Yeah, that's an F from me, dog. That's an F from me. Unfortunate. Scorpion, this is a cool one. Opaque black swirled with opaque red. And it is different from the ladybug. Because the ladybug is opaque red base with black swirls. This almost looks oxblood. It's obviously not oxblood. I bet you not all of them are. Some of them probably get pretty orange. I love these. I think they're great. I think they're above average, but not quite S tier. I am going to put the Scorpions in A tier, right above the Blue Tang. And the Scorpion 2... you Golden Rebel fans. What would you rather have? 1 Golden Rebel or 8,000 Scorpion 2s? Because that's probably about the value comparison. But yeah, I mean, if you... The Golden Rebels, obviously, if it's like a holy grail of Peltier collectors. And it's this colorway. It's going to be a very bright yellow base with... It doesn't have swirls, although there probably does exist some Miller swirl variants, maybe. But then it's going to have red and black ribbons on a Golden Rebel. I think it's a wonderful colorway. I think it fits. I think it's just great. High A. Does it make it into S tier? I don't think so. But I am going to put it above. Yeah, I think that's where it fits. High A. High A. It's a nice marble. I enjoy it. I think with better patterning, it could be a real S tier. Speaking of S tier contenders, it's Sea Turtle I love. You're going to have a transparent green base with opaque... Okay, it's a transparent blue base, y'all. It's like a teal. It's not green. It's more of a blue with green swirls. Oh, there's some with green base. I stand corrected. All of my Sea Turtles have blue bases, albeit they didn't come in bags. They were just identified by me as Sea Turtles. So there's some with green. A tier. I like the blue base more than the green base. But these are A tier marbles for me. They're pretty high A tier, actually. I'd say right there. Seahorse. Just a moment, I'll munch on some more grapes. Get that natural sugar. Alright, some seahorse. It's a nice marble. Reminds me of that really nice classic acro corkscrew colorway, the orange with the blue. It's a nice pairing. Are orange and blue complementary colors? I don't know my color wheel off the top of my head. Oh no, where'd it go? Seahorse. Oh no, did I miss another one? See, when I did it back, my numbers didn't add up, but I couldn't identify any that were missing, and there's another one to write down. Alright. Seahorse would probably be a B tier, possibly an A tier marble for me. Where it would fit in, I'd have to really think about it, but I bet you it'd be right in here somewhere. Low A. On to the next one. Serpent. I pulled that as the first one I moved up. You guys know how I feel about it. It's going to sit near the top of S, but it has been knocked off, surprisingly. That's been the fun of it. If you asked me before I did this tier list, I would have answered no doubt in my mind. They'd be like, what's your favorite Vacor? Sans Atmosphere. And I would have said Serpent. But now, I'm not so sure. And that's the fun of it. So here's a silver Carnival glass. I'm just going to skip over this one, I think, too. It's just another, essentially an iridized cleary. Smiley buddies! I'd love to find some of these. Don't have any. I'd love to get one with the header packaging. It's so cool with the little rainbow. You know it. You know it. I'm just gonna put it up here. It's an S tier. I'm not gonna put it above the rest. It's an honorable S tier. Whereas like Swamp Thing, Bozo, and Mexico came in as honorable B tiers. It's an honorable S tier. Snow Leopard. This just looks like dirty snow to me. Opaque white base with brown fritz and then iridized. It's like it reminds me like the snowdrift, like when the plow comes through and then, you know, pushes it's an F from me, dog. Yeah, just leave it there. But then followed up by another iridized. Oh, I thought it was fritted. But here we have another group. So this isn't the same snowflake. I skipped this group. This is what I was thinking. Here's another iridized frit. So we have a transparent clear base sprinkled with opaque light blue and white frit, and then iridized. I think it fits. I think this is, again, sometimes the iridescence works, sometimes it doesn't. This is one where I think it works. I think this is a above average marble for me. Where does it fit in? It's not S tier, but it's going to be an A or B tier. And you know what I think it fits in? Right below. I think it fits right below Madame Anisha. Yeah. I think that'll do. Move on to the next one. And Snowman. It's similar to the Tiger Shark, which we'll get to. I have a big old... One of the marbles that sits next to me on my windowsill is a big old Vacor Tiger Shark. I don't know why it sits next to me on my windowsill, but the big ones are hard to store, so maybe that's possibly it. Oh, silver is really nice. I'm so sorry I missed your comment. What were you talking about, Adam? Let's see. I'm not too sure. Sorry, I missed that. It's okay. But yeah, I do enjoy the silver. I can't think of what silver it could have been. Don't know. But Snowman, I'm not the biggest fan. Even with the tiger shark, I'm not the biggest fan. It's a below average marble for me, dog. Right there next to the jellyfish. Very similar looking marble. Boom. Soapstone. See, now here's what I was waiting for. I enjoy this marble. I think it's simple. It's nice. It is what it is. And it tries to be nothing more. I think it's an A marble. I don't think it's S, but I do think soapstone is an A marble. I'm going to put it above rustic. I think they're great, especially in groups. If you play solitaire, I think it's a perfect marble to put on a solitaire board, especially if you keep your board like near a window or something to catch the sun's rays. Good stuff. Spumoni, it's like a parrot minus the white, but then iridized. Not the biggest fan personally. I do know some people really enjoy the Spumonis. I just don't. The iridescence, like, it doesn't make every marble look fake, but it just cheap is what it. That's what this just is, just cheap seeming to me. And it's a bummer. I know a lot of people would be upset with this, but it's going into my below average. It's not a failure. And it's going to be pretty high. But it's not doing it for me. It's not it. Starburst. In blue header bags, marbles are transparent clear base with opaque yellow or orange ribbons swirled inside or on the surface. Surface is iridescent. So I have some of these. They're pretty neat. Some of them can be fun. Some of them aren't. I'm just going to throw this out as an average marble. I think if I really thought about it, it would probably slip down into D tier for me. But for now, I'm just going to throw it right at the end of average, because I think they still can be fun. But again, the iridescence almost like blocks your view of being able to see the swirls on the inner matrix. And it just, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Starburst from Vacor. Stardust is pretty nice. It's okay. It's like what were they called? I had them on here. I thought I did. Glitter. So it's like the glitters, but instead of a white base, it's a clear base. I think it works better, even when they're iridized. And for that reason, a glitter got D, and I think Stardust is a B marble. I do. And part of that is just the uniqueness. I mean, what other companies did fritted marbles? None. So it's unique. It's cool. Not that they're rare, but it's still cool. Not a fan. I do not like the iridescence over that like mustard yellow. Yeah. Not a fan of the starfish. This is going to be a D tier marble for me. Which I'm quite surprised the D tier seems to be filling out the most. And yeah, it's going to be low D. Right below the peacock. What we got next? Okay, I was going to wait till the next letter, but we still got many S's. And I need a potty break. So I'll be right back. Dos momentos. Wash my hands, y'all. Don't worry. Don't forget. Wash your hands. Should be washing your hands at least like 5 times a day minimum. If you don't wash your hands 5 times a day, I don't want to shake your hand. Minimum. Steely Torpedo. I like these. I like them a lot. It's like being able to get the steelies into your marble, like into your bowl or bin or box or bag of marbles, without damaging your marbles. Steely Torpedoes. I think these are A tier. I don't think they're quite into S tier, but I think they're very unique. I find them very cool. I'm gonna put them actually pretty high A tier. Maybe mid A tier, but decently high. On to the next. Yeah. Also sold in pearly bags, named Steelies and yellow header bags. Look at some of these. I like this header bag. Yeah, the torpedo. That one's cool. Not really a torpedo, I don't think, but still pretty cool. On to the next. How many times can I say that? Stegosaurus. This is a nice one. Opaque white swirled into an opaque slate blue base. It's a real soft marble. It's really understated. It's really nice. I enjoy it. I do think, again, people could get these mixed up, not with like early swirl, West Virginia swirls, but I think some people get these mixed up with like post-war swirls from like Champion. I think they're nice. I think they are I'll say average, but they're going to be above the elephant. I like them a lot more than the elephant and the police officer even. So yeah, I'll put them there. On to the next one. Stegosaurus 2. Cooler marble in my opinion. So we get the transparent green, so we get to see the inner matrix, and then we get red and yellow swirls in and on the exterior. Reminds me a lot of the jungle, and I think that's why I'm going to put it up there with the jungle, just right underneath it. And again, that larger one, I bet you could find some of these examples, especially on the shooters, where the swirl pattern's getting as chaotic as we're familiar with the Michelangelos. And I bet you those would be some really killer marbles. Yeah, I like them. A tier for me. Stellaris. So yeah, they're similar to the, what did we call them? Stardusts. Except instead of having just one color frit covering the exterior, it's going to have multiple colors of frit on the exterior. And also similar to the Stardust. I enjoy these. I enjoy them more than the Stardust, but not like crazy amount more. I think I'm going to throw them above the Honorable Bees. And I guess we should move the Stardust. You know what? I'm going to move the Stardust to top of C. I think that actually works. It's the very average, but it deserves to be at the top because they are pretty unique to Vacor. Cool marble. I love these stingrays. So again, it's like the Frost Blast, which is the A or B ranked frosted swirl that we have, and the Stingray is the unfrosted version. Just as cool. I like it personally slightly less, and I know that's going to seem crazy, slightly less than the frosted version, and so I'm going to set it right there below the frosted version. Still really nice marbles. Really enjoy them. For some reason, the frost just seems to really work for me on these. I think partially it reminds me of like glacier ice, maybe. Maybe that. I enjoy it. I like these. Oh, and if we go back, I had a note there. The 2014 collector bags contain stingrays with a darker, bluer base than the standard ones. Interesting. There's a 2014 collector bag. Oh, interesting. I never noticed this. I wonder if this is actually true. If they only released 1,500 of first run toy marble collection. Huh. Something new to learn to look into at some point. Pretty neat. Stay on that too long. How long have I been going? Almost 2 hours. Yeah, that's actually right. I guess I could have just done the math. Streamers. So here we go. So these are like the... What were they? We just looked at them. They had an iridescence. Oh, this comes the trouble. There's so much on this list. I thought we had just looked at them. They were like, what were they called? Starburst. Starburst. There they are. So these are like the Starbursts with other colors and then not iridized. I like them. Reminds me of the similar champion swirls, which I like more, obviously. But they're still nice. And that larger one you see might have just like an extra thread of blue or green to add some variance into it. Maybe not purposefully, but pretty cool. Streamers, I like them. I really do. I think these are not on my list, unfortunately. Another one I'm going to have to go back and add. That's 3. That's not too bad. I mean, considering there's over 200 of these. And I should have just wrote a Python script to scrape it all and then add the images, but my stupid butt just did it all by hand. Here we go, Sun. This is a cool marble. So if anyone has seen Oppenheimer, or if you haven't, this won't be spoilers. The scene, if you've seen it, you know marbles are part of, not really part of the plot, but they help tell part of the story. And there's a fishbowl of marbles. And they're almost all cat's eyes. But if you pay attention, there's one marble front and center at the very front middle of the fishbowl that sticks out. That is not a cat eye. It's unlike all of the rest. And it's this. It's a sun. It's 100% put in there as an Easter egg. And I found that really neat. Hey, Dozer, how's it going? I was, hold up. Leonardo DiCaprio meme pointing. This was me in the theater when that scene was happening. And I was like, yeah, that's a sun. So I found it funny how they obviously put in the effort to select the marbles purposefully, or at least one of them, but it did kind of bother me that they're like, oh, so you recognized that the marbles were focused, you recognized that people would be paying attention, you recognized that people know their marbles, but then unfortunately it was a marble made in the past 20 or 30 years. I mean, how much cooler would it have been to be like a Peltier ketchup and mustard or something, but then obviously it wouldn't fit because the sun is the reason they put it in there, because Oppenheimer, nuclear bomb and fusion and all that. For that reason, I will always, this would never have made it this high, but I'll keep it A tier because I just find that cool now. There's always an extra little tidbit attached to the sun marble. So, yeah. It's thrown up in my A tier now. Never would have been on the lookout. Ooh. Now this is one that I didn't realize when I was going through. That's a wonderful marble. The sunflower. Similar to the Halloween, but... Now, what would be the difference? The Halloween is going to be white it's going to be white, orange, and black. This has yellow, orange, and black. I've missed so much. Gonna watch Oppenheimer just for the Marvel scene. Dude, Oppenheimer's phenomenal movie. I only go see like one movie in theater a year now. And I try and save it for like the one that I know is going to be worth seeing in theaters. And that saw it in IMAX. The seat was rumbling. Oh, it was a cool experience. Yeah, don't worry about wearing. I've been going for quite a while. I still have a bit to go through, but I am happy that I will get through this today. I would have hated to stream for like 4 to 5 hours and not even finish. But Sunflower, being from the Sunflower State, this has to go S tier for me. Where did that just go? There it is. It's going to go high S tier. I'm going to put it above all of the other. Man, my serpents, they just got knocked out badly today. Oh well, that's tough. But yeah, so the difference between a sunflower is going to have, from the Halloween, is it's going to have yellow ribbons instead of white. So that's pretty neat. I do enjoy it. Definitely some fall colors. I think this almost fits the Halloween theme better than the Halloweens. But then what would you call the Halloweens? Because then it wouldn't really fit the sunflower. And green. It should have had green. Yeah. Sunrise. I'm not particularly into this one. Opaque red and blue veins and a transparent clear base. So it's essentially a red and blue cat's eye with an iridized base. I mean, I like the cat's eye. I like what you're doing. But that iridized base, that's a no from me, dog. That's a no from me. I'll throw it right there. Yeah, I think that. I do like the cat's eye. I like the red and blue cat's eye aspect of it, but don't like that iridized surface. Sunset. This is a great marble. It's not going to go S tier, but I am going to put this A tier. I really enjoy it, and one of the reasons that I really enjoy the sunsets is because I really enjoy master marbles, and that's what these remind me of. They remind me of like the master sunsets. Not as good, obviously, but still nice. We hate iridized marbles. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't. And chunky frit are no-goes. Yeah, there's a few. I think a few of the large fritted made it up into my A tier right here. Snowflakes and Madame Aisha, but for the most part, I prefer that powdery, fine, smoothed into the surface frit. Surfing, that's a terrible marble. I don't think I need to talk on that one too much. That's just barely above Comet because it's blue instead of white. Basically the same thing. Swamp Thing. So this was Swamp Thing 2. Again, I hate this, but this is my list. I love Creature from the Black Lagoon, and so anything that slightly resembles that monster, that movie, it just gets a thumbs up in my book. So I am gonna put that at the end of B with the Mexico, the Bozo, and then the Swamp Things, the honorable Bs, the where maybe the marble. And this is actually, I do like this marble. It's a lime green base with a lime green cat's eye in it, so it gets just real green. For that reason, actually, I'm going to throw the Swamp Thing 2 above the Swamp Thing 1, because this one's just like, you know what? Now that I have Swamp Thing 2 here, I cannot feel bad about moving Swamp Thing down into F tier where it actually deserves to be. The Swamp Thing 2, I have these. I have some of these cat's eyes. I really enjoy them. I think they're pretty cool. What do we got next? Okay, so we're through the S's. Finally. T-Rex. One moment. I mute while you... So this looks like another one I missed. So what's that make? 4? Forgot. T-Rex. I do enjoy it. I think it would be above average. It would be average or above average. I enjoy it more than the Alien, which is like a similar one with blue instead of red. If I had to put a T-Rex in, I think it would probably fall in just above, no. Nah, it would be C tier. It would be falling in probably around the Rahilite. I can't remember how you pronounce that. Rahilite. I don't remember. Cool stuff. No idea there were that many marbles. Glad I found. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. This is honestly, this doesn't even scratch the surface. This is one company's, and it's not even all encompassing. That's the crazy part. But this is Vacor is the largest producer of marbles ever. Truly, no one can even hold a flame to the numbers. At some points, they were producing over 12 million marbles a day. That is crazy. And when you think they've been around for 100 years, I mean, wild. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Yeah, exactly. Tarantula. So this was the electric eel, but frosted. And I remember the electric eel I ranked pretty low. And it got iridized. So once they remove that iridescent, it almost brings out like it says a silvery gray, but it's almost like a blue, like a slate blue. I like these. And then the frostedness, I think, pairs well with the name tarantula, because as you can see there, the tarantula is kind of furry. You're going to have that texture. These are cool. They're not S tier, but I do think these are above average. And I'm going to put them in B, and I'm going to put them just below the hippo. The electric eels were awful, but that tarantula is cool. I like the blueness of it. Nice. Good marble. Good marble. Cat's Eyes and Milky's were the ones I knew. Frost Mars starting to pique my interest a little bit. They are, and you know what? It's sandblasted, but borosilicate, it seems like more people like. I know you've seen where people like sandblast in designs, but it seems to be that it's becoming more common that people like the just fully sandblasted matte finish, which I think is pretty cool. And then I know too, I've never done with any of mine, but I know you can oil them and then give it another layer, like just switch it up again slightly different, which is pretty cool. I didn't mean to close that page. What we got next? Thunderbolts. It's a pretty insignificant marble, if I'm being honest. Maybe some of these. Yeah. See, these ones look better. So the problem is this picture looks like patches, but then these pictures look like swirls, and it's described as swirls. And those look like patches. I'm just going to keep it easy, keep it breezy, throw it in C right at the end. Frost Mars started with soft sandblast Bodor Mib the other day. Ooh, I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to keep a lookout. Dude, Anton does such good stuff. I found that really neat. I don't know this history, but I saw something the other day about how Anton Bodor, had come back. And so I didn't recognize that he had been a marble maker, went on hiatus, and then come back. And I think that Anton, and especially the collab session him and Travis did, is just resurging interest in marbles within the borosilicate community. So super cool to see or to hear Anton's frosted one up. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. A bit bummed I didn't see it already, but yeah, cool. Thank you. Tidal Wave. So this is the Beluga, but unfrosted. I enjoy it, but it's just going to be an average marble. Not much going on. I think it fits in right well after Ocean. You know what? Before Ocean. So remember the Ocean's Ice? It has that iridescence, which isn't the worst thing on it. But I do think the Ocean uniridized would have been better. And so here's that tiger shark I was saying. They're not that neat. I don't enjoy them that much, but there is something about them. Like I have this one sitting next to me. There's just something that seems to work with it. It's not the worst marble. It's an average marble, I would say. It's where I'm putting it. And I'm actually going to put it decently high. Right after Ocean. I do enjoy it. I don't know why. And I think part of it is that iridescence like brings in, like you could see there, like soft pinks. Not like a hard pink and a soft pink. And I think part of it too is I have it on a large marble. I think on the large marbles the iridescence is able to like get a bit more blending and not be just one color. So yeah, I'll put that, where do I put it? B tier, C tier, C tier. I think that fits. It's a nice marble. Tornado, 3-veined cat's eye and transparent dark blue glass veins are red, yellow, and white. Breach the surface of the marble. I enjoy these. They're like not patch, but like cat eye Michelangelo's. Cool marbles, above average. Are they A tier? I think so. I really do think I enjoy these that much. I'm going to put them just below the meteors. Because I do like those meteors a lot. You know what? Above meters, but below the steely torpedoes. I like it there. And above Picasso, yep. Because it's, like I said, it's a Michelangelo, but not swirled. It's just a cat's eye. So I enjoy it. What we got next? Oh, we're almost down to just 20 left. Alright. Tree frog. Opaque green base with red swirls and iridescent finish. Gotta say, not a fan. I think I'm gonna go D. Just keep it simple. Yeah, even under the Megabot, I think fits nicely. Triceratops. Here's a nice one. Green, yellow, streaked with red and black. Nice marble. I enjoy this. It's an A tier. It's not quite S tier for me. I'm going to put it just below the blue tang. But I do enjoy it. It's nice, bright, almost fluorescent without actually fluorescing. Yeah, I think those fit. A tier. I think that fits. I think it fits. It's good. Troll. Wonderful marbles. Not quite S tier, but wonderful marbles. I enjoy these a lot. I'm going to throw them right under the tornadoes, above the Picassos. It's like a poor man's alley pistachio. I mean, what's not to love? Yeah, I think they're great. It's just like an alley pistachio, obviously not made by Alley. But nice minty color with, it's not even black, it's called black, but it's more of like a brown, which I think the brown works better than if it had just been a real sharp black. Keep closing that tab. Turtles. I'm not going to say fail, but they're D tier. You know what? I'll even say C tier. I'm going to put them at the end of C tier because they're nice colors. They're bright, but they're just patches. I mean, nothing exceptionally interesting going on there, but the colors are nice. Vacor really does well with their opaque yellows, greens, and reds. So, gotta give it to them there. Again, if you like the Guacamaya, then you should like the color on the turtles, because they're very similar. Of course, Guacamaya not in this list, unfortunately, but it would probably just top the board for everyone. Twister, I enjoy these. Opaque black base with red and yellow ribbons. Can be found under the name A Hoof the Bat. Let's see if we can find that packaging. There it is, A Hoof the Bat. Alright, I gotta Google that. Hoof the Bat. It gives me nothing. What is a hoof? A hoof is a term used to describe an animal or a certain species when they are on their feet or standing. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, learned something new. So a hoof the bat. Now, naming it a hoof is a bit weird, but you can have a hoof bat, and that's a bat that's standing on its two legs like, ah. Okay, cool. Twister. I enjoy these. They're just, I don't know, B marbles to me. Not quite like amazing, but I like them. Nah, I think I'm gonna throw them into C, but they'll be high C. I do enjoy them. They're nice, bold colors. I'll throw them right there. High C. High C. I haven't had a high C in years. It used to be my go-to drink at McDonald's when I was a kid. So here we go. We have a lorikeet, but it's been iridized. You guys know what that means. So not all the time, but I don't like the iridization on these, which is a bit odd because they're just the pastel colors, and it's just basically iridizing the exact same colors that are swirled into it. But I'm just not a fan. Whereas the lorikeet makes it, it's fifth in my S tier. They're not bad. I'm going to put them in B, right under the Stellaris, because they are still neat. I do like them. It's just more like if I were to find this, I'd be like, man, I wish it was an actual just lorikeet. But it's still good. Unknown, did I have this in here? Unknown 2. Yeah, terrible. Opaque beige base with brown, yellow, or red swirls. So it looks like there's a couple different kinds of these. It's an F from me, dog. It's an F from me. I like this song. USA. These are pretty cool. I like this little swirl. Reminded me of like a swan. But yeah, I mean, they're just average. I mean, what can I say? I like them. I don't not like them. They're just average marbles. Throw them just above ice. Red, white, and blue. They're nice. Nice colors. They fit. Killer. So it's the Mars, but with a white swirl underneath the red flecks. Not on top. If the white swirl had been over top, I don't know how they would have been able to do that, but if the white swirl had been over top, I don't think it would have been as nice. It's the red splotches over the white that I think is killer. Like literally killer. Like it not to be morbid, but it is almost like a blood splatter. I think they're sweet. I think they're cooler than the Mars. I think this is an S tier marble all day. Where at in S tier? I do like it more than a Galaxy. I do like it more than a Vampire. I think we're going to put it up there. It's pretty fun. I'm getting some new New lists up here. Okay. New lists, new order. The Van Gogh. Van Gogh. We went to Moon Marble Co. yesterday. We mentioned Van Gogh, and Bruce had to correct. He goes, "No, they pronounce Van Gogh. Van Gogh." Yeah, just I feel a bit pretentious saying that. And I probably still am not pronouncing it right. I am not Dutch. I love them. I think they're cool. They're like the better wave breakers. It's an A tier. It's not quite an S tier. It's an A tier. It's a B tier. I think it's a pretty high B tier. I think I like it more than the Dino, which the Dino has the red. So yeah. I think that's where I'm gonna put it. The Velociraptor. Purple base with swirls of white, red, and green. Honestly, I'm not a big fan. I don't think this fits well. I also don't think that's so much a purple base. As I guess maybe like a slate purple. It's tough. I could see how someone likes them. I could see how people enjoy these. I don't. For that reason, they are going to go D tier. Below the Monets and above Intrepid Girl. Alright, next up, Venus. Another fritted marble. Not fritted. Fritted, but speckled. Like the soft fritting. Wonderful. Wonderful. How could you not like this? It's a transparent base with heavy yellow and orange speckling. So it's just like the Earth, but with red and yellow instead. And for that reason, I'm going to throw it up next to the Earth, but below it. I do like the Earth more, even though the Venus is definitely brighter. I don't have any. I bet they look super cool backlit. Venus Flytrap. So it's a dragon with a frosted finish. I don't think the frosted finish works so well here. For that reason, we're going to put the Venus Flytrap into D, but it's not real low D. I'll put it right below the Bumblebee. The Volcano. Kind of the Peltier Spider-Man colorway, but with a blue base and red ribbons. It's nice. Again, I think it's going to go right next to that Van Gogh. The Van Gogh. And then the Dino. Yeah. I like the yellow more than the red, but I think it fits in right there next to him. It's slightly above average. It's nice colorway. I like it. Wave Breaker. That's what I was saying. I don't enjoy the Wave Breaker. I really think the iridescence on this is just ugly. You get into the yellow, it's a lot of browns. I know a lot of people enjoy these. I know I don't. It's a D from me, dog. And at that, it's a pretty low D. Yeah, even below the peacock, but above the starfish. A starfish was UGLY. He ain't got no alibi. He ugly. He ugly. I don't know how that actually goes. Werewolf. Opaque dark brown base with swirls of turquoise blue. That's wonderful. It reminds me of the samurai. But not black, obviously. Turquoise, or brown. That turquoise is nice. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to fit this in. It's not an S tier, but I do think it's an A tier. And I like it. Not as much as a samurai, but I do like it. More than a Picasso. And you know what? I think I like that. The Duke and the Scorpion more than the Picasso. Yeah, above the Triceratops. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we're getting near the end. White tiger. It's kind of like the tiger shark, but with a black instead of dark blue. I think it's okay. I'll put this down into D, I think. I do like my tiger shark better. The black just doesn't work on a lot of them because it really just becomes a brown instead. Here it is, Wicked Owls. So I called it an owl. I should have called it a Wicked Owl. It's a wicked cool marble. I enjoy it. It's not quite an S tier, but you know where it's going to go is right next to my Enchanted Forest and Neptune. You know, it's actually an A. I thought those were an A. We'll move it up here. Where are we going to put you? I think that fits. Yeah. Coco. The Wizard. Opaque lilac with white swirls. Iridescent finish. Not a fan. Is it a failure? It's not quite a failure, but it's definitely a low D. Alright. The wolf. I enjoy this. I actually have a net of wolves. I don't like them so much, but I do enjoy them. I think B is a fitting place, and I think probably if you got into some of the older wolves, I bet some of them are pretty nice. But I enjoy it. It's just nice. Nice complimentary. Yeah, I just like it. The wolf's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Yellow jacket. Now, give me some Vitro yellow jackets. That's a failure from me, dog. F from me. So zebra, opaque lilac to white and black swirled. Interesting. So it doesn't describe one as like a base. It just says they're swirled together. I mean, they're okay. Average. I think these are just average marbles. I think they fit in right with the orca and whatnot. Yeah. Oops. Forward. So this was zebra. Oh. Zebra 2. Oh, okay, that's why I didn't put that. Vacor origin still to be confirmed. For that reason, I didn't add them, because it wasn't 100%. I remember that now. Yeah, Kimplay. I've never even seen Kimplay. You'd presume it's Vacor, but who knows? So we'll skip that one for now. The zombie. Another one. Again, back to morbid a bit. Oh, they're called a vampire. But here's the zombie header. Zombie. I really enjoy this. I think it's great. I think the only way that this marble could have been better is if the base had been UV reactant. Oh, that would have been amazing. But it's definitely an S tier. I actually think I enjoy it more than the vampire, which is crazy, but that's it. That is the last of it. Do you play with marbles? You know, I don't, like, not in any organized fashion, but I want to. I was down at Moon, when I was down at Moon Marble Co. yesterday. They have a table for kids. But when I go back Monday, I'm going to ask Bruce, because there used to be a Kansas City Marble Club, but then COVID kind of deflated it. I shouldn't move that away. I'm talking into it. COVID kind of deflated it, and I want to ask Bruce, I wonder if anyone played or if anyone organized any tournaments prior. I just started collecting them. I'm getting better at aiming. Nice. See, I'm pretty good. The problem is I have a pretty straight shot. I will say I have a straight shot. The problem I have is my bouncing. I can't get... That's my trouble now, is getting a level shot. And it's just, oh, it's so frustrating when my shot's right on line and then it just hops straight over the target. I use a rug and pull it against my wall to aim at. Yeah, we just put out a blanket. That's one of the things I want to ask Bruce is, like, if he ever seen... What I would love is somehow, and I have no idea how yet. I'm obviously, I have ideas, but nothing that I think would work well. But I want to figure out how to make, like, a travel ring. I think it would be super cool, kind of like how you can fold up, like, banquet tables. I think it would be really neat to have, like, a ring that you could fold up, but it wasn't just like a blanket where, you know, I want it to have like an actual felted smooth surface. I think would be really cool, because that's what they have down at Moon Marble Co. is a table, so it's lifted up so you don't have to get down, and then it's just like a pool felting, and then it's obviously in the shape of a ring. I thought that was perfect, but then obviously it's smaller, it's for kids, and yeah, long story short, I don't really play it, not in any organized fashion. It's actually here, Cody here's the one that inspired me a few weeks ago to really start getting my thumb down. And I was shocked at first. I was like, that's what the joke, you got weak thumbs. And I was like, oh man, my thumbs, they definitely took a couple days of getting used to that flicking. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been fun for me too. I just guess I should look at the list. This is my completed list. Actually, I'm going to take my thing off so we can see it in full. I don't think I'm going to do any reordering. I don't want to get stuck in this too much. But I do think I'm pretty happy with this order for now. All the Fs are definite Fs. These are just definite Fs. Every single one of these, I have some, and I have organized them. It's not like I just throw them in the trash by any means. But these are definitely not what I'm looking out for. Same with D. I think I actually might move Black Panther up into C. I do enjoy the Black Panther a bit. But yeah, I think what I should do... Nah, I'm not going to. I'd like to get my row down to just one row in S, but I'm not going to worry about it. Sounds interesting. I find two flay are too much, so the rug gets the job done. I also do not play it in some sort of standard game, but keep aiming and shooting. Yeah, that's how we kind of do it. We just kind of make up rules, play as we go. Yeah, not in any, like I said, not in any organized fashion. It reminds me a lot. Again, pre-COVID, I used to play a lot of Warhammer, and it was really fun because I had a group of friends that we used to get together, and we would literally just make up games. And if you're familiar, Warhammer is, let me pull it up. It's a tabletop game as well. And what I enjoyed about playing with my friends so much was that some people can, here you go, some people can get really particular about the rules, and they can be like, oh no, like, you know, like your knuckle came up, and well, not in 40k, but I enjoyed in 40k just making up rules and playing as we go. Yeah, practicing aim is important. I used to practice shooting for hours. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. I am not that good. That was fun. Yeah. I'd love to make another one for all the companies, but it just becomes difficult. I mean, the BOA and Tete site was obviously the only reason that I was able to make this tier list. Because they had organized through. And I'll tell you, dude, Cody, I mentioned to the guy, oops, I meant to show, they haven't fixed the security certificate. So we got here issued on, yeah, still expired that Tuesday. That was funny. Literally the day you messaged me about it was the day it expired. And I've messaged them through the website. Just never heard back from them. I don't know what they were doing, getting just a, what is that, 3 month, a quarter. Oh, they had their certificate for just a quarter. I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, hopefully they get it, because if this website ever goes down, oh, that's gonna suck. That's gonna be so bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If anyone ever makes their own tier list, I obviously don't expect anyone to go through all 200. That took hours. But if you ever make a tier list, send me a screenshot or something, or just a message saying you did it. It's linked in the description if anyone watching later wants to check it out. But other than that, I got a ton of stuff I need to do. And you know what I think I'm gonna honestly do? Is go play Fortnite. I haven't played in like a month or two. And my buddy messaged me, said the new battle pass is out. He said it sucks, but I might go play some Fortnite for a couple hours. Shirk my responsibilities. Yeah. Hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Fortnite gang. Dude, I didn't play Fortnite for years. And then my buddy that I played with convinced me. Because he's like, dude, let's play a game. I was like, I don't have anything we can play together. Because he's on PlayStation. I'm on PC. He's like, dude, download Fortnite. I was like, fine. Because I just wanted to play a game with my friend. And it got me addicted. I'm not good at Fortnite, but I can have some fun. Yeah, I'm going to get off. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Oh, one more. I'll do one more little shout out. Where'd it go? Did it at the start. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to win, if you're watching this, I play Dota. I used to play auto chess back. Oh man, I was straight addicted to auto chess. Yeah, if you guys want to win, cool Vitro Cat's Eye Marble, go check out my Instagram. I got a little contest going on there, and shout out, there's one guy, I'm so happy, he made my day. I'm super excited. I hate to say it, go get a chance to win. I kind of hope Leafy Sam wins, because he just went ham. The challenge was name a manufacturer of cat's eyes, and he just started rattling them all off. And I put no duplicates so no one else can guess. Hey, shout out. Anyways, rambling. I need to get off. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Bye-bye.